Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new... Oh yeah, go ahead, say it. Review. How are you doing? Welcome to June, my fellow frag heads. I'm so happy that we are in summer. You have seen the title and the description. So this week I am checking out Figuier Ardent, which I think is the correct pronunciation. So this must be French for fig is Figuier and Ardent. If my Spanish is kicking in with ardiente, means burning. So this means something like burnt or burning fig, I'm assuming, or hot fig, if you like. So this one certainly, without the shadow of a doubt, is a fig-based fragrance. And I will be talking about that in a second when I dive in on the notes. But I wanted to first say, I hope you're having a wonderful week. I've been cranking out these today, and I have had so much fun having a filming, editing, and uploading marathon. I've really enjoyed because I had to catch up. I missed 2 weeks a while back, so I filmed those two today, my makeup episodes, and then this one is for June 2nd, today, frag heads. So let me tell you, in this kitchen, it is a fragrant Friday indeed. As you know, for the Atelier fragrances, they always send a postcard, which I'll read the description. And again, I have not read the description. I like that, actually. But if you would like a postcard, let me know in comments or send me a DM at That Cologne Guy at Instagram. Let's dive in on the notes. This is a 2015 release, and this is definitely an aromatic spicy, and this is by the Parfumé Half. So this is the second one that I have reviewed from this Parfumé. Half looks like Ralph with an F. It looks like Ralph Schwieger. Half. So I'm assuming he's either German, Austrian, Swiss, or French, but lives near the border. Interesting. I'll have to look that up sometime. And as you can see, I'm filming later on in the day, so of course we'll have a lot of fun with the sun rising and declining on my t-shirt. So let's get down to the notes. This one. What's important for you to know is fig. Fig is a huge. Actually, of the ones I filmed today, there were a lot of my favorite notes. And fig is one of them, actually. But I will say this, fig, even more than oud, quite frankly, fig is, or just as much as oud, I guess, fig is a divisive note in frag-com. So amongst frag heads, some people detest fig and just can't pull it off, and other people love it. I am in the camp of love. I love fig and fig leaf, and I'll talk about that right now, actually. The top notes are, so bergamot, but here's the real home run for this one in the top notes. It's and I never know if it's anise or anise. So I'll just go with anise, but I've heard anise. Anise just sounds wrong. I'm going to go with anise. It has, like a black licorice smell to it. It does have anise in the top note. And that is another one that really brings this to the highly original level, or at least original level. Then in the mid notes, you get fig leaf and fig. So you might be saying, wait, isn't that the same thing? No. So the fig, of course, is the fruit. So fig, when it says fig, they tend to be fragrances that just have fig, can often be a very soft, creamy, smell. It's not. So and then the opposite is fig leaf. So the fig leaf note tends to be, for some harsh, but it's very crisp. It's very natural. It's very what would I almost say? Not tart. That's not the word I'm looking for. pungent. It's very distinct. How's that? And that's fig leaf. And so this guy right here really pulls off. I have a feeling, I didn't read it, but I have a feeling that Mr. Schwiga, Herr Schwiga, was probably walking through fig trees. And he among the fig trees, he had a moment of artistic creation where he said, I want to create a fragrance that smells just like this, because it really does smell like he's walking through a fig. Wouldn't be a fig tree, the woods. Okay, that's what you're going to get from me, woods. And it is highly successful in that. Plus, he blended it well with the anise, and I really like that a lot. Very nice touch. And then you know what? On the base notes, I wanted to just note, you can read them for granted, of course, but I just wanted to note that it does have iris. And I don't mean, it is very, very subtle, but it does give it a kind of just a little bit of a soapy, soapy quality to it, which is nice because it mixes with that cutting, was the word I was looking for earlier, adjective. It has a very cutting aroma. It really hits you hard, and it makes you feel like you are out in woods. You are definitely outdoors. Probably, he probably went to the Mediterranean and was walking and wanted to recreate that. And he certainly has recreated something. I definitely feel like I'm walking outdoors on this one. So the bottom line is, I can talk about the notes all I want, but well, no fragrance is blind buy safe anyway, but fig-based fragrances are really not blind buy safe at all. And by the way, a couple of episodes ago, and for Oolong Infini, I was talking about tea, and I mentioned one fragrance was Philosopos by Diptyque, and I still think it has green tea in it. I still stand by that, but it really is the king of fig. It's not so much of it's not a tea-based fragrance at all. It doesn't list green tea. I swear it's got some tea in it, though. I really do. Anyway, it is kind of the where the bar has set for fig, and I love Philosopos by Diptyque. It is otherworldly, actually, and it is the proverbial game changer. Is this one? This one would not have made it near that, except for the addition for me of the anise. Love the blending of those two. I'm really big on this parfumé. He's done the two that I've tried have been really, really great. So this is 2015 Amber Woody. You just need to know that if you have never tried fig leaf specifically, or fig for that matter, but definitely fig leaf, if you've never tried a fragrance that has that as the dominant note, you definitely want to stay away from blind buying, and you want to sample first, because it is a fork in the road. A lot of people will just, they just can't. They don't like the smell. It is different. It's pungent. It's cutting. It's sharp. It's crisp. It's woodsy. It's very natural. And I frankly love it. I absolutely love it a lot. Is it better than Philosopos? No. But I like the fact that it distances itself from Philosopos and goes into something with anise, and quite original, really. Kudos to him for this fine work. Let's get to projection, longevity, and sillage. Actually, this is another one just like Oud Saphir that I just did review on. The previous review was very good news, unexpected, because the projection, longevity, and sillage for this house usually sucks, but it was outstanding. Or it was very good for the last one, and good news yet again for this one. Now, it's not as strong as Oud Saphir. I wouldn't say, if I'm saying 6 to 8 hours, I would definitely, the other one is closer to 8, Oud Saphir, and I would put this closer to 6. So It is a 6 to 8. I always say fragrances to me should get you a work shift. This would be the turtle crossing the finish line, between hours 6 and 8. But it would indeed cross the finish line. So I mean, hey. So I would say moderate, quite good on the longevity, and then projection is another one. Projection will be about an arm's length for the first hour or two, and then it'll settle down with each hour and get close to the skin. This is definitely one I would spray on clothes. Pretty much for this house, you'd always spray on clothes anyway, but this would work well to spray on clothes because it would project a little bit longer, and it is unique. It's original, especially if you live in a community where a lot of people aren't frag heads, and they're just kind of wearing these designer fragrances. People would be, curious about this. So for sillage, coming in out of rooms, if you're walking past people, if you're a salesperson, and you're dealing with, walking close to someone and then walking away from them, you will get picked up for this. The sillage is decent, actually. It's decent sillage. You're looking at probably 2 to 4 hours. You would be able to, walk by somebody and leave a scent trail, and they would say, "Oh, so what are you wearing?" Because again, this is unique. Okay, so let's talk now about the gender and age. When it comes to fig, it's all about the fig. It's all about the base. No, I'm kidding. It's all about the fig. And so, I guess I'll give you age and gender. Let's start with gender. Gender is another one that these fragrances that I've looked at today truly are, they're unisex. This one is unisex. And so we're going to go... the iris is really, really toned down. So for the guys who don't like iris, don't worry about that. I'm not a big fan of iris, but I think it's a good player here, especially when it delivers kind of a soapy quality. So I'm going to say this is right down the pike as far as masculine, feminine, and unisex. It's right there. And we will go 50-50 as far as the percentage of people who actually own this thing, talk about it, own it, got it as a gift. It's their signature scent, along those lines. And I keep saying that, by the way. I always say it that way because I don't want to include people who have gotten things as a gift and didn't ask for it, right? I'm really looking at people who targeted that fragrance and got it. And so this will be 50-50, 50% men, 50% women. And then age, I just don't associate fig leaf in particular. Like if I think of filosicos, if I think of some of the fig-based fragrances, I don't think youth. So I'll say 30 and up. I'm going to say 30 and up for this one. Not that it is any, it's not mature in any way. I just feel like a lot of clubbers, people who are hitting in the clubbing scene are not going to say, you know what, I want to smell like I'm walking through, fig trees. All right, so I'm going to say 30 and up on age. And then season. Season will be, this is going to be, I would actually say that it would be a nice, well, definitely spring. If you want to smell like nature, right, and woods, it has spring written all over it. I would say even fall. I'd do like a spring fall. I don't know that it would be one I would absolutely reach for in the winter, and I'd be worried in the heat that it wouldn't do spectacular. Like when I've worn it this week, it's been like especially today, for example, the real feel was 98 degrees, and I did go out a little bit, and it's doing fine. But I feel like if I walked outdoors for a fair amount of time, I do feel like this would dissipate in the heat. So I'm going to say fall and spring and perhaps winter. Now, when it comes to event, this one's another one. This one is one that it's just all going to come down to whether or not you like fig. So, if you love fig, it will work well on a date for you. If you do not like fig at all and it makes you uncomfortable, well, then you won't be wearing that to a date. So would I wear this to the office? Yes. Do I associate it most with day? Yes, and boy, is that perfect timing or what? So I do associate it more with wearing it at the office, but I would wear this out and about in the evening and at night. Romantic time out, time in. I think it would work quite well. It's not just a day scent, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So now let's get to the rating. So here's the thing about this one and the previous one. So I gave Oud Zephyr a 5 out of 5 sprays last episode. And I have to tell you, this one is interesting because I don't feel like it is just, it's better than Philosikos by Deep Teak, but I do think it hangs in there. And here's the thing, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5, but not why you think if you watch me each week. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 because, and I'm not taking off because of problems with longevity projection and sillage, which I usually do. I'm not. I am going to dock it though. See, I actually think it's incredibly original, and I really like this one. Here's the thing though, usually the 5s out of 5s to me would be like, it's a fragrance that would be perfect for practically anyone. I mean, it's just majestic, right? And it's shock and awe. And here, this one is actually close to that, and I love the originality, but I'm going to go 4 out of 5 just simply because, man, this one really dominates with fig leaf. I mean, here, smell. See what I mean? I mean, it is very, very woodsy, and so it's not going to be for everyone. And then on top of it, some people will be very put off by the fig note in general. So, you know, I am not one of them, but I do want. You know, I can't say that this one. I can't say that this one will be, you know, is an instant classic. But I will say that it holds its own. It's a fantastic fragrance. I love its originality, and I love fig, and this is another one that I would definitely look for at the discounters. I mean, I can't say I'd pay $225 for it, but hey, longevity did well for me. It did well enough for me with this fragrance, and so it's intriguing enough. I like it, and so we're gonna give it a rock solid 4 out of 5 sprays. Actually knocking on the door at 5. I'm going to say like a 4.444444 and round it and keep it down. So this one almost is a 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5 sprays for Figuier Ardent. I'm going to have kind of dabs and splashes here. Okay, so we're going to go boom, 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 and boom. Wow. Whew. I mean, this one really hits you in the face. I don't know if there's an aftershave for this, but that would be a great aftershave, because I mean, this one really just smacks you in the face with its fig leaf. It definitely has a lot going on, and it is an unforgettable scent, whether or not you like it. I'm gonna put up shop now, partly because I'm just all over the place with my lighting. This episode, if nothing else, could probably be like taught in film classes of what not to do when you upload a YouTube episode. Oh well, you know what? I have fun doing this. So you have a wonderful weekend. I'm wishing you, of course, a fragrant Friday yet again. Let me know what your scent of the day is. Now my scent is mixed this with I'm blending this with Oud Zephyr. So I mean I'm incredibly aromatic at this point. And let me know what you're rocking today, and let me know your thoughts on this one or other fig-based fragrances. Maybe you like. Do you think Philosikos is the best one? If not, let me know what you think is better than that, and I would love to see your comments, because as you know, I like fig-based fragrances. I'm going to leave it at that. So you have a great week, and always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. So welcome to the bonus feature again for the second episode in a row. I'm going to read the description that they gave about the fragrance from their postcard that they send. If you would like me to send it to you, let me know. But this is the description, and we will see. And just like the previous three, I have not read the description. So let's see if it matches up with what I said. He left without knowing if she received his letter. Undoubtedly, she would remember the place of their first rendezvous. By the lake, their tree had grown tall over the years. Their initials, long ago carved by him, were dark and shiny against the old bark. At first sight, all those years melted away, and their love sparkled like the first moment, magical and secret. See what I mean? This is definitely, if you look at tree, bark, okay, this is definitely conjuring up memories of walking by fig trees. So again, actually, the description is not hashtag cringy. I actually like it. So there you have it. I wanted to give that to you. Let me know how you're doing, and I'll see you next week.